Hi all, this is Param. In this video, we will see what is the rolling restart and the full restart. Okay. The difference between these either of these restart, either clusters available for the ingestion or not available. Okay. So that is what. Okay. So if it is rolling restart, clusters will be available. Okay. Mostly in the SAS based cluster, okay, that they will do rolling restart only. Okay. Whenever we are doing something changes. Okay. And the full cluster restart means the cluster will not be available for some times. Okay, it will be shut down. So that is how the main difference between these two. Okay, obviously why do we have to restart? Okay, in my experience, okay, so whenever I do any configuration changes, okay, in the elasticsearch.yml file especially, the two static configurations, okay, that times I needed to do restart, okay. So there is no relation between restart either case, either rolling or full restart, okay, with adding or removing node. That is different, this is different, okay. Adding or removing a node is that cluster always available, you are not going to touch any your cluster, you are going to add one more node, or you are going to remove one or two nodes, that's it. But rolling restart means a complete cluster, okay, complete clusters only we are going to talk about. So complete clusters available or not available based on the types. Okay, of course this is we do only for the conference changes, okay, that is the use case for me. I need the second thing use case, sometimes we were running trial mode for 30 days, right, trial license, okay. Once the trial license got expired, okay, if we, okay, so if I want to restore again I will clean up all this, I will clean up, so okay, of course then that times we will we will stop all the node, okay. That time also I want to gracefully exit, though I'm going to install freshly, I will do that in that way only, I will gracefully shut down the clusters, okay. So these are the two cases in my experience I used that, okay. So obviously either full restart or cluster restart, so we have to gracefully shut down the node, okay. There are several steps are there, okay. Instead of here I will go to the document itself, okay. Here I will explain that, okay. So first thing is full cluster restart, okay. First thing is, we have to disable shard allocation. Okay, so what is shard allocation? So this, okay, how to allocate? This is the key. Okay, this is a cluster settings. So you have to know that by setting this, what I have done, shard allocations will be only the primary only. So there is no will not be any replicas or something like that. Okay. Second thing is, if you are okay, if any node goes down, what will happen immediately? This node cluster will try to reallocate, or it will copy all the data to that another available node. That's how, okay. So it is unnecessary IO, right? Again, we are going to bring back our clusters, okay. So since it involves lot of IOs when you are going to shut down a particular node, okay, to avoid that, even see, in normal case it's okay. Say suddenly some node going to down, okay, then but at the times you are not intended to restart your cluster, okay. In that case, okay. So copying all of its data to some other node, or replicas and enable replicas to the primary something, or assigning or reassigning, okay, that's good, okay. But in the cluster, in the for full restart, we are going to bring back again after 10 minutes or 20 minutes, something like that, okay, once we do our configurations, okay. So in that case, we no need to do all the IOs, since IOs are like costly, either it be on premises or on SaaS basis. Okay, so that's why to avoid the lot of IO cycles, we are saying that, hey, cluster, you stop, okay, you don't do any reallocation or reassigning something or data copy, you don't do anything, okay. Okay, we will bring back, okay. So for through that only, so we are doing this one. Second thing, we will be flush, okay. So any data in the memory, it has to be flushed out, okay. So obviously we are going to restart, okay. Then machine learning jobs, of course, if you have done any machine learning jobs, okay, obviously for machine learning jobs minimum we need platinum license, right, subscriptions, okay. You can see, you can stop, you can say like upgrade mode as a false, so upgrade mode is true, hey, I am going to upgrade my cluster setups, you stop all the actions, okay. You make note of that and keep save all your state or model everything, okay, model or something, okay. And we have to stop all of the data feeds and closing the jobs also as well, okay. That also if we have to do, okay. I think in my machine learnings I have explained all the stuffs, okay. In my machine learnings I have explained all the data feeds and closing jobs, everything I have explained in my machine learning. If you want to, you can check my machine learning playlist, okay. and then shut down all the nodes, okay. Obviously in my case I ran as a daemon process, okay. So this is my case, this is the command I will use, kill that my daemon process, okay. But if you are using service, then of course systemctl, system mode, that means systemd means you are using Debian package or RPM package, okay. So in that case you have to stop in this way. So you have stopped, okay. Now you are doing any configuration changes. Of course I will most of the times I do some configuration with respect to the Outlook configuration and some host changes, okay. So or some JVM changes, all the stuff for all the things I have done, okay. So once the things are done, we have to restart, okay. So first things, okay, if we have, yes, first things, what is now, first we have to start all the master node, okay. We have to start all the master node. Of course initial master node you don't need, of course, right. It's already only the bootstrapping time, only bootstrapping cluster only you need, okay. So we will comment it out to the initial master node, that is fine, okay. Now we have to start on all the master node. At least we have to wait for some times, okay. Let all of these three discover each other and bring back, okay. Okay, so at least at least yellow color, okay, yellow status, okay. So once it is comes, okay, you can check the status, health status, and the nodes, what are the nodes are there, and health after that, okay. It should be green, red, yellow, green, something like that, okay. So it should not be red, okay, obviously, okay. Okay, now wait for all the node joint clusters, of course, okay. For the data nodes, okay, let's say assume that we have enabled we started all the master node. Still if you are having some of the node that is for data node or some other role like a coordination, something like that, no, so you have to start other node as well, so, okay. You have to start the node and you have to wait for some times, okay. You have to wait for some times, and all the nodes are communicated, all the nodes are available, all the nodes are bring back, okay, all the status are synced properly, okay. Then once that's everything is done, that time only you have to enable your allocations, primary allocations, okay. Okay, so okay, so first things you have to start the master node very first, okay. If you are having other node as well, okay. Okay, let's say you have some 10 node or 15 nodes, in that only 3 or 4 master node, then first we will start the master node, then wait for some times. Once that ups, then we will enable all the other roles node as well, so, okay. Then wait for some times, then once all the nodes are available in our cluster, then we have to enable the persistence, okay. And we have to enable the allocations, okay. But this is the API. Okay, till enable allocation, still the LI status will be yellow, right. It will not become green, okay. It will not become the greens, okay. So once you re-enable the allocation only, it will become green. Of course you can check the status using this API. Now machine learning jobs, okay. Now you have to say upgrade mode as a false. I have done my upgrade, so now you can change the upgrade mode to false. But of course if you have stopped data feed job and any machine learning like any anomaly detection jobs, we have to restart it either from Kibana or API, okay. Now so this is what so during this time what is now the full cluster restart, the cluster will not be available for any injection or any search API, but rolling clusters set, okay. Of course it is happening in the what SAS based cluster, okay. So the rolling restart only is happening. Again the steps is same, only difference is cluster is available, sir, okay, nothing but, okay. Okay, of course I forgot to tell you one settings, okay. This is what, okay, index dot unassigned dot node left dot delayed timeout. This is by default is 1 minute. What is meaning na? So it will wait for 1 minute before allocating any shard or replicas, okay. That means, hey, one node, it's very simple, forget the restart, okay. One node is bring down, okay. You are going to bring one node due to some reason, or let's say you are not intended to any restart, okay. Now so you are bring down one node, or one node got down, okay, due to some reason, memory or out of memory, whatever it is, or network issue, something. So that times what is now, the Elastic the cluster will wait for 1 minute before to start any reallocation or reassigning. That is what they are saying here, okay. But if you want to edit also, you can modify. It's dynamic, okay. Okay, wait. Yeah, 1 minute is a dynamic variable. That is what in the good thing. So dynamic means you can change it through the API itself. You don't need to restart something, okay. Okay. So in either case, okay, when in either case, okay, better if you if within the 1 minute it will not do anything, okay, it will wait for 1 minute, it will be idle for 1 minute, okay. Maybe you can change if it we can change that also, but what is the meaning now? It will not do any IO operation, it will not do any shuffling, or it will not do any rebalancing, it will not do any reallocating of short or primary short or replicas. Okay, so it will wait, then it will start to for the IO operation. So what is an so that's why we are saying that okay. So if it is okay, before it start, okay, we should so that's why we, if we are disable the shard allocation, okay, disable the shard allocation, then it will all the IO operations will happen. The intention of IO operation for the normal use case to somehow to for resilient cluster only, okay, resilient cluster only, okay. But if you are disable the shard allocation, it will not happen. It will this 1 minute is not minded. It will not be minded, okay. It will be ignored since shard allocation already switched off. Then it does not matter whether I use 1 minute or 10 minutes. Does not matter, okay. But this variable whenever useful na, and accidentally one or node goes down, that time this variable will be impacted, okay. That's what. But whenever but if you run shard allocation disabled, then this value is not minded. In fact, it is completely ignored that. So whether it's 10 minutes or 1 minute, anyhow, it's IO cycle is never going to execute. That's what. Then stop non-essential. Of course, we will be do that flush. Okay, we have to do the flush, of course. Okay. Then disabling memory machine allocation, it's the same. Okay, get mode is true. Okay, then stop all the data feeds. Okay. Yeah, what is it now? So if you stop now, so it may take time to save all the model. So usually even model size may be very big. There is some separate configuration also, right? Model what can be model size, in fact, right? Okay, so most of the time model size may be, so you have to wait for some times. Okay, you have to wait for some time to save all the stuff. That's what they are saying here. Okay. Okay. You can roll research. Okay. Yeah, that's what. Okay, since it is rolling structure, right? Of course, if you are having more than one machine learning node, then that's fine. Okay, if you are running more than one machine learning node, then that's fine. So, okay, if you are running only one node, then what is the meaning, right? If you are having more than one machine learning node, that of course you can run that your machine learning just will move to another node. That means it will keeps running. Okay, so there will not be any issues with the model build. Okay. But in my case, I ran only one single node, machine learning node. Okay, in that case, obviously, I had to stop. Okay, I had to stop that is I cannot keep parallel running. Okay, okay. Yeah, that's what. So when you are rolling, if you are going rolling restart, if you are having more than one, at least two machine learning node, then of course you can keep your machine learning jobs running. You don't need to stop. In fact, okay. Then of course shutdowning one after one node. Okay, the same. Okay, you are doing changes. Okay, then restart node changes. Okay, start node, confirm the changes. Okay, okay. Then re-enable shard allocations. Okay, re-enable shard allocations. Okay, then repeat for the other case as well. Very simple. One after another we will write. See, I think we should not enable here. Enable, we have to enable. Okay, so we have to enable because of the newly joined node, right? So this should do they should at least takes the complete role, right? So okay, yeah, fine. Okay, so we have to enable them. We have to enable the shard allocations. Okay, shard allocations. Now it's ready. Okay, now clusters for complete status. Then you can wait for 2 to 3 minutes or 5 minutes. Then you can start in another node if you want. If you are going for rolling cluster, rolling restart. Okay. So that's how the newly updated node play exactly it was previous to the rolling restart. Okay, and of course this node is be part of the green success. So green color green status with the cluster. Okay, inside of the clusters. Okay. That's why we have to re-enable, then repeat steps. What is now again after 10 minutes you have to disable this, okay, then you have to repeat another nodes. Okay, then of course machine learning jobs also, if you are doing okay, then you have to enable. That's what these repeated steps. Okay, if you have stopped, in fact you can resume your machine learning jobs and data feeds. So that's all about the cluster restart. There are two types: rolling restart or full restart. Okay, but I would say, let's say you are having, if you are having minimum 10, less than 10 minutes, then it's good. It's good to, it is good to what, full restart. Okay, okay. If you are having more than 10, then that times you may think about the rolling restart. Okay, maybe you can ask 10 times. Okay, second things, again, if you are not running, I mean, if you are not running highly machine learning jobs, okay, then that time also you can go for full restart. Okay, because the rolling restart is taking a lot of times. That's why I'm saying. Okay, you have to complete all the step, then you have to do the division, then again you have to enable all the, you have to do all the steps for enabling as well, then you have to wait for 5 to 10 minutes, then you have to repeat again for another node, right? It's so obviously it is taking time. Okay, okay, if you are having more, of course, again it's rolling start meaningful now. If you are having more than 10 plus node, then of course it is meaning, right? Second things, your ingestion you cannot miss any data. Okay, the ingestion should continuously run. Okay, your ingestion or your searching, it must run. Okay, you cannot leave, you cannot lose any data. So in that case you can go for rolling restart, otherwise prefer the full restart. So of course, yeah. Okay, the restart when we are going to for the only that for decision, for configuration changes. Okay, mostly. Okay, or some hardware changes or something, or any OS level patch, something like that. Okay, right? OS level changes maybe happens. Okay, in that case we will go for full restart. In fact, okay, sorry, restart. Okay, first restart. So now either full restart or rolling restart based on your criticality only. Of course, it is not, but does not matter if for sometimes. Okay, for sometimes you, if you are if you are ignoring some data ingestion or some amount of data ingestion, then it's really good. Okay, and of course node also, second thing is you are having only few number of nodes. Okay, only 10 will, or less than 10 means it does not meaning, right? Okay, you can simply close all the node, you can do that. Okay, but if you are having more than 10 means it's meaningful. Of course, you can keep, you can make sure, yeah, I can make my LSH availability as well, I can continuously available though I am doing restart. If you are having less than 10 node means what is the meaning of, to achieving achieving availability cluster as well all the times, it's meaningless. Okay, so that's why, so it's up to you, what is the criteria to, what is the what is the criteria to select to go for full restart or rolling restart. But in my experience I had minimum less than 10, so obviously, so I go for full restart only. Thank you, thanks for watching.